Sun up, slates full, we already locked in. Matt and Jake on the mic, let the show begin. Score, starters, who's hot and who's not. Burning daylight sports, give it everything we got. First pitch energy, no time to sleep. 15 games on the board, the grind don't cease. No wasted daylight, it is already on. Burning daylight sports, all day long. Two guys, one mic, straight talk, no filler. If they happen on the diamond, we gonna deliver. No wasted daylight.
Well, welcome back, Daylight Burners. Happy Wednesday. This is BD Baseball for Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. Rough day for the Burning Daylight Sports crew and their teams. A's drop the game 4-1, drop the series to the Mariners on the Major League debut of Gage Jump. Tigers continue to just suck out loud. They lose 10-6 to the Angels. The Angels at home, by the way. And the Rockies, they try to claw back, but they got blown out 15-6. So Gage Jump got called up with the news that Aaron Civale going on the IL with right shoulder tendonitis. I don't like the sound of that. Hopefully it's not too serious, but anytime you got a starting pitcher with a shoulder injury on his throwing side, that's not great. Gage Jump, he didn't do bad, didn't do great. It was a little rough start for the fella. He went 5 innings, which is okay. 9 hits, 4 runs. Not bad. Not exactly what you wanted to see, but could be a lot worse. He had 5 punch outs on the night, only 1 walk. His fastball command was not excellent, but it was okay. Seattle put up 11 hits total. Most of the damage came early. 2 sacrifice flies from Cole Young and J.P. Cropper did some work in the second inning. Emerson Hancock was filthy. He went 6 innings, 1 hit, 3 punch outs, and no runs. Only bright spot for the A's was Tyler Soderstrom getting back on track. He went 2 for 4, had a solo home run in the 9th off of Andrés Muñoz. How many of that for the year was him? Let's see. Trying to find, I'll just pop it up on the screen here, actually. So you don't have to look at my my ugly mug in high def. Well, at least not on full screen. So Soderstrom hit his 6th of the year. Solo shot. Gage Jump, 5 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 punch outs. Got a 7.20 ERA to start out his major league career. Not bad, not great. Emerson Hancock, excellent. 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs given up. The Mariners bullpen, pretty lights out as well. Muñoz allowing the only run. Only 3 hits total or 4 hits total on the night for the A's. They could definitely use a day off, but we got the rubber match starting here shortly. And at noon Pacific time. All right. Let's head over to Detroit, where it was also a pretty ugly picture. Vaughn Grissom was the main story. He went 3 for 4 with a grand slam in the 8th inning. He had a 3-run home run off of Will Vest as well. Finished the day 3 for 4 with had been a grand slam off of Will Vest. He finished with 6 RBIs total. Joe Adele and Jose Siri also homered. Angels had 15 hits on the night. They poured it on with a 5 spot in the 8th inning to break open what had been a pretty close game up to that point. For Detroit, it wasn't all bad news. Kevin McGonigal continued to stay hot. He went 3 for 4 with a 2-run triple in the 5th. And Wencel Perez homered to pull the Tigers within 1 run in the 6th before the Angels went ahead and pulled away. Tigers fall to 21-34. Both clubs come in with the same record tonight, which, man, for a series that we're watching here, not great. Not great. We got a couple games already started, so we'll move along here pretty quick. Rockies, they drop the game and the series at the Dodgers. They lose 15-6 last night. Kyle Freeland continues his struggles. Let's see. He went 4 innings, 4 runs. Dodgers had 17 hits and 5 home runs yesterday. Mookie Betts had 2 of them. He's got 6 on the year now. Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Will Smith also went deep. The Rockies did have some life to them. Hunter Goodman homered, Brett Sullivan homered, and then Kyle Karros homered, and they hit. They had 12 total hits, but the pitching is the issue, as it always is. Rockies are now 20-36 on the year. They had 52,148 people at Dodger Stadium last night. Series continues with Ohtani on the mound. He's got a 0.73 ERA. Around the league, we'll cover them here pretty quick. Yankees 15-1 over the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Cam Schlittler gets his 7th win of the year. Bailey faltered. They had 24 hits, 6 home runs. Ahmad Rosario had two home runs, 2-run shot in the 1st and a 2-run shot in the 9th. Cody Bellinger, Anthony Volpe, Trent Grisham, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. also hit the long ball yesterday. It was 4-0 or 4-0 after the 1st inning, and it never really was competitive. The only highlight for Kansas City was Bobby Witt Jr. hit a blast in the 3rd inning, solo shot. Aaron Judge had an RBI double, and Cam Schlittler, what was his stat line? Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Look it up. We'll look it up because we can do that here. Schlittler, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 6 punch outs, no walks, only 4 hits allowed, one of them being the solo home run to Bobby Witt Jr. Braves, they stay hot. They take down the Red Sox 7-6. Spencer Strider gets his 3rd win of the year. Ranger Suarez falls to 2-3. And Raisel Iglesias with the save. Strider is back and pitching like we know he can. Went 5 innings, 5 punch outs, 2 home runs allowed, but it was enough to get the dub. Michael Harris II was the catalyst for the Braves offense. He went 4 for 4 with a home run, a double, and 3 RBIs. Matt Olson hit a 2-run bomb in the 5th off of Ranger Suarez to push the lead to 7-4. The Red Sox did make it interesting late. Ceddanne Rafaela, Jaron Duran, and Isaiah Kiner Falefa. I think that's Kiner Falefa. They all hit a home run, and Kiner Falefa had a 2-run single in the 9th to cut the lead to 7-6. Iglesias got the final out on a ground out with runners on to end the game. Braves moved to 37-18. Boston falls to 22-31 on the season. A lot of struggling there in Beantown. Over in Pittsburgh, the Chicago Cubs continue to suck out loud. They lose their 10th straight as they fall 12-1 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubs, it's ugly there. Jordan Wicks allowed the Pirates to torch him early on. They scored 5 in the 1st. Esmerlin Valdez hit a 2-run homer in the 1st. Spencer Horwitz added a solo shot in the 9th, and Brian Reynolds continues his run. He had 2 doubles and 2 RBI on the day. Valdez drove in 3. Spencer Horwitz drove in 2. Brian Reynolds added on with the 2. And Braxton Ashcraft for the Buccos. He went 6 1/3. Only allowed 1 run. Chicago had 8 hits on the day, but only 1 run. And RBI drove in. That 1 run drove in by Ian Happ. Chicago's now at 29 and 26, heading into the rubber match tonight. I think that's a rubber match. All right. Reds at the Mets. The Mets continue to suck. Chase Burns continues to deal. And David Peterson gets the loss for the Mets. The Reds win 7-2. Chase Burns, he is dealing. He did not go the distance. He went 7 innings, I think. But did he go the distance? Let's see. Where is that? Anyway, he's got a 1.96 ERA on the year. Really doing some damage. Burns went 5 1/3. Nowhere close to the distance. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks and 8 punch-outs. He did give up a home run. Let's see. That was Juan Soto had hit a 2-run blast, only scoring for the Mets on the day. Juan Soto continues to do what he is paid to do. Reds had 15 hits total, no home runs. They didn't hit any home runs, but they hit everything, and they hit it a lot. JJ Bleday continues his run of terror. He went 3 for 5. Gino Suarez, back off the DL, had 2 hits and 2 RBI. And Ellie De La Cruz added 2 hits of his own, including a double to right that scored 2 in the 4th. Mets are now 22 and 33, and the Reds pile on in this was the series opener. So that was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So looks like that's a 3-game set there. New York has they've been horribly injured. They lost Luis Robert earlier this year. He has just been moved to the 60-day IL. And then Tyrone Taylor, their backup in center field, is also headed to the IL. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Twins, they squeak one out over the White Sox 5-3 in 11 innings in Chicago. Taylor Rogers gets the win. Tyler Davis with the loss, and Yoendris Gomez with his 3rd save of the year. Joe Ryan was fantastic, but he gave up 2. Both runs coming on a big home run from Munetaka Murakami. He continues to just slug the shit out of the ball. He's got 19 on the year. In the 11th, though, Brooks Lee delivered a bases-clearing double to right field, scored all 3, and put it away for Minnesota. Sean Burke went 7 innings for Chicago and only gave up 2. This was a competitive game that bullpen blew it late. White Sox starter Davis Martin pitches tonight, which is the thing to watch for on the south side. Over in the National League Central, Brewers take care of business in St. Louis. They win 6-0 I guess I was in Milwaukee at American Family Field. Kyle Harrison gets the win. He's 6-1 on the year. He outduels Michael McGreevy 3-4. And Harrison was dominant. Cardinals couldn't hardly touch him. They got 6 hits on the day, but couldn't push any across the plate. Jake Bauers and Garrett Mitchell's both homered for the Brewers, and William Contreras. There's also a Wilson Contreras that plays for the Red Sox, but William Contreras, who we're talking about here, he had a 2-run double in the 5th. Christian Yelich hit a double as part of that same inning. Milwaukee is rolling right now. They're 32-20, and the Cardinals struggling a little bit. They fall to 29-24, still very competitive in the National League Central. Some context for the day, Logan Henderson went on the IL with a lower back strain, and his absence could matter a pretty good deal for the Brewers headed forward. Brewers are rolling, and they just handled St. Louis on the back of Kyle Harrison, but we'll see how Logan Henderson on the IL affects them. Down in Texas, Globe Life Field there in Arlington, the Rangers take care of business. They win 10-7 over the Astros. Jack Leiter gets his second win of the year, and Jason Alexander gets the loss. Jacob Latz with his sixth save of the year. The Rangers blew it open in the first inning, and they scored 8 runs total. Evan Carter tripled. Evan Carter hit a triple. It drove in 2. Jock Peterson hit a 3-run home run, and Jake Berger stays hot, and he singled. He hit a single to score 2 more. Houston did fight back. Yordan Alvarez had 2 home runs, and he drove in 4 on the day. Jeremy Pena and Cam Smith also added to the home run parade. And the Astros made it 10-7 before Latz went ahead and slammed the door shut. Jason Alexander went 6 innings, but he allowed 9 runs, got torched. The Rangers moved to 25-29, and the Astros at 24-32. Rangers needed that win pretty badly, and hate to see it, even though I hate the Astros more. Phillies at the Padres. Phillies go into Petco, get the win on the back of Aaron Nola, who's not been very good this year. Got the job done yesterday over a very good Randy Vasquez. Johan Duran gets his 11th save of the year. 3 of the Phillies hit home runs in the first 3 innings. Bryce Harper in the first, JT Realmuto in the second, and Trey Turner in the 3rd inning. So that's how you go into Petco and handle business. Aaron Nola went 6 clean innings, only allowing Manny Machado's 2-run shot. Brad Keller gave up Ramon Laureano's home run in the 8th to make it 4-3. And Johan Duran came in to lock it down. He got 2 punch-outs in the 9th. Randy Vasquez for San Diego served up all 3 home runs, and he got the loss. Phillies are a game over 500 at 28-27, and they really needed a strong outing from Nola, and they got it yesterday. Over on the West Coast, D-backs taking care of business in Oracle. They beat the Giants 7-5. Eduardo Rodriguez gets the win. He's 5-1 on the year. Tyler Mahle, 1-7. I think that only win came against my A's. Paul Sewald gets his 13th save of the year. Erod continues to be one of the best starters in the National League. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, and 6 punch-outs. Ketel Marte continues to just light the world on fire. He had a 2-run homer in the 7th. I think it was like 452 feet. And my boy Adrian Del Castillo, former Aces great, homered in the 2nd inning as well. The Giants didn't let him go easily into the night, as Casey Schmidt, Eric Haas, and Willie Adames all hit the long ball, including Willie Adames' home run in the 9th. But Sewald slammed the door shut for the 13th save. Tyler Mahle has now lost 7 decisions. Pretty tough look, the offseason acquisition for the Giants. They now sit at 22-33, only 2 games ahead of the Rockies. Tampa on a little bit of a schneid right now. They drop 6-1 to the Orioles there at Camden Yards. Shane Baz gets his 2nd win of the year, and Griffin Jacks got hit right in the back with a comebacker. I think they said it was like 107 mile an hour off the bat, right in the lower back. He did not leave the game after that. They checked on him, and he talked him into it. Didn't help him much, though. Shane Baz was fantastic, though. He went 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 9 punch-outs. The Rays had 9 hits on the day, including a 3-for-4 performance from Jonathan Aranda. But they left runners stranded on base all night. The one big blow was Basayo hit a 3-run homer in the 5th off of Trevor Martin, which put Baltimore up with a comfortable lead. And Worth noting that Craig Kimbrel made his first appearance for the Rays after signing with them just the other day. 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, 2 punch outs. So good for the old man who's 2 years younger than me. Anyway, they had Rays had some injuries in the back end of their bullpen. They needed to shore that up, and that's why Craig Kimbrel is still pitching in the league. The Rays are still at 34-18, top the American League East. Baltimore moves to 25-30, trying to get something going there, but that pitching staff has not been good, and just in general, the Orioles have not been good. Blue Jays, they pour it on the Marlins up in Toronto, 8-1. Jays had 3 home runs, one from Ernie Clement in the second. Yohendrick Pinango in the 6th, and Jesus Sanchez hit a grand slam also in the 6th inning. He finished with 4 RBIs on the night. George Springer went 3 for 4 and scored on the night. And Sandy Alcantara gave up all the runs to the Blue Jays before Cade Gibson came on in relief. Blue Jays had 12 hits. Marlins had 5. And it's a series where Toronto they're at 26-29 right now, and they're trying to claw back into relevance. But Alejandro Kirk goes on the 60-day IL with that thumb fracture. They announced that today, and that puts pressure on the catching depth, even as the lineup is starting to turn things around. Over in Cleveland, Nationals take care of business over the Guardians 6-3. Nationals still swinging incredibly hot bats. Joey Cantillo gets the loss. Cade Civale been quietly pretty good for the Nationals. He's got a 3.62 ERA after yesterday. James Wood continues his hot streak. He homered off Cantillo in the 2nd. He stole a base in the 9th, and he was kind of the heartbeat of the team as the Nats put up 11 hits on the Guardians. Kybert Ruiz and Andres Chaparro both drove in 2, and Joey Cantillo only went 2 innings before he got pulled. That's one that the Guardians would like to have back. Mitchell Parker came on and threw 3 shutout innings with 5 punch-outs to close it out and earn the save. Cleveland's 32-25 going into tonight's matchup. Got Gavin Williams on the bump for the Guards. I think that pretty well covers yesterday's matchup. So let's get into some of the injuries and transactions that were made over the last couple of days. The big one we talked about a minute ago, Logan Henderson for the Brewers goes on the 15-day IL with a low back strain. That's retroactive to May 23rd. Henderson's been a pretty good starter in a fantastic starting rotation for the Brewers. Low back strains can linger on for a little while, though. So Brewers lead the Central at 32-20, and we'll see how this plays out for them, but could be a big piece that they want to get back. Luis Robert Jr., center fielder for the Mets, has been transferred for the 60-day IL with lumbar disc herniation. That's pretty big escalation in the IL. Lumbar disc means that it's not a short-term thing, and he was supposed to be a big offensive piece for the Mets, who's been struggling all year. They're coming in at 22-33, and this does not help them much. And then to compound the misery, Tyrone Taylor, their backup center fielder, is on the 10-day IL with a right hip flexor, which also can linger. But now they've got both center fielders on the IL at the same time. That's a pretty rough deal. Over on the West Coast, my A's, Aaron Civale, heads to the 15-day IL with right shoulder tendonitis. Again, I hope that turns out to be nothing too serious. Denzel Clark, he's on the 60-day IL with a mid-foot bone bruise. Don't expect him back till after the All-Star break. And with the call-up of Henry Bolte and how Carlos Cortez has been playing, Lawrence Butler has been coming off the bench a lot here lately. as he's struggled to get things going offensively. Pretty crowded outfield for the A's. Not a bad problem to have, but I really like Denzel Clark, and he is increasingly looking like the odd man out, as the guy is elite on defense, but hasn't got much going on the way of offensive production. Civale going on the IL really hurts, and then Denzel Clark getting extended on the IL on the same day. Not great. We'll see how Gage Jump bounces back in his next start. Jeffrey Springs on the mound for the A's on the rubber match. Not the rubber match, but the A's are just trying to avoid the sweep here. Noah Schultz for the White Sox goes on the 15-day IL with right knee patellar tendonitis. So keep an eye on that. He's been one of the few bright spots in the White Sox rotation. He's 7-1 on the year with a 2.04 ERA. It's a big loss for a White Sox club that has been playing good ball. I talked about Craig Kimbrel, signed by the Tampa Bay Rays. He's 38 years old, but the Rays right in the thick of the things, leading the AL East, and they're in win now mode, and they needed some late inning depth after losing Jesse Schultz with a right wrist sprain on the 15-day IL. He went on the IL yesterday, same day that they signed Craig Kimbrel. Alejandro Kirk for the Blue Jays, big part of that offense, and one of the most underrated players in the league because he's a short, slow, fat Mexican dude, but swings a good bat, calls a good game. He's on the 60-day IL with a left thumb fracture. Not good news for the Blue Jays, as he was their everyday catcher to start the year. And not getting him back for a while is a pretty big deal for a team that's 3 games under 500 and trying to stay relevant there in the AL East. All right, let's move. Start with the homer teams. So on the mound for the Mariners, we got Logan Gilbert. He's 2-4 on the year with a 4.04 ERA. Taking on Jeffrey Springs for the Green and Gold. He's at 3-5 on the year. Struggled as of late. He's got a 4.11 ERA. This is an important game, as ugly as the the records are. No team in the West right now with a winning record or even a 500 record. The A's still atop the division at 27-28. But Gilbert has been pretty inconsistent, and but then again, so is Springs here lately. So he's looking to bounce back for depleted A's staff. Now it's Civale on the IL. And the rookie, kind of underwhelming in his first start. Angels continue their series at the Tigers. Jose Soriano on the bump for the Halos. He's 6-3 on the year, 2.44 ERA. Taking on Casey Mize, 2-3 on the year with a 2.47 ERA. Both teams have the same record. Both have their current best starters on the mound. And Mize is trying to bounce back and get back to the form that he was in early. Tigers blown out 10-6 by the Angels last night. They're looking to get right today. I don't know if they will. They've been struggling mightily here lately. We got the battle of the Japanese flamethrowers. Well, Sagano's not much of a flamethrower necessarily, but Sagano on the mound for the Rockies. Tomoyuki Sugano. He's 4-3 with a 3.86 ERA, which for a pitcher at Coors is pretty good. Shohei Ohtani, on the other hand, has been ludicrous this year. He's got a 0.73 ERA, 4-2 record. Is not a typo. He's got a sub-1 ERA, and he is straight dealing. That's the homer teams for the day. The rest of the league, we got the Marlins at the Blue Jays with Yuri Perez. That game is going on right now. I'll update you here on that here in a minute. Kevin Gausman on the bump for the Blue Jays. Nationals at the Guardians. That one also, I believe, is going on at the moment. Here we go. I'll update you on the scores. I guess I could do that right now. Let's see. Marlins up 1-0 on the Blue Jays. They're in the top of the third. Also top three. Nationals still scoreless. Cardinals and the Brewers. Cardinals have put 2 hits up on the day. Chad Patrick hasn't given up any runs yet. 2 outs in the top of the second. Runner on third. And we'll run through all of that here. But there's a score update for right now. All right. So Yuri Perez, he's got a 4.91 ERA. Gausman's got a 3.23. But the Finns up on the Blue Jays early. Nationals up early. PJ Poland has got a 3-0 record with a 3.42 ERA. And Gavin Williams has been the best starter for the Guardians. 7-3 on the year with a 3.25 ERA. Cardinals at the Brewers. We got Dustin May, who has struggled pretty good this year. Got a 5.0 ERA, 3-5 record. Taking on Chad Patrick, who is 2-2 with a 2.63 ERA. That pitching factory there in Milwaukee is a real thing. Angels at the Tigers. We talked about that. Cubs trying to get off the schneid at the Buccos. Same record for both teams at the moment. Jamison Tyone on the mound for the Cubbies. He's 2-4 on the year with a 5.2 ERA. Taking on Bubba Chandler, who's also struggled. 1-6 on the year with a 4.60 ERA. That might be one to take the over on. Braves at the Red Sox. Braves, the best team in baseball at the moment, 37-18. They got Bryce Elder on the bump for him. He's 4-2 on the year with a 1.97 ERA. Facing off against Connolly Early, who's been very good for the Red Sox, 4-2 on the year with a 3.33 ERA. Reds at the Mets. Later on tonight, or this afternoon here on the West Coast. Andrew Abbott on the bump. He's got a 3.97 ERA, 4-2 on the year. Facing off against Huascar Brazoban. Looks to be a bullpen game for the Mets. Unless they've moved Brazoban to the starting rotation. But I've seen him come out of the bullpen this year only. So I would imagine it's a bullpen game for him. Yankees at the Royals. Garrett Cole making his first road start of the year. We'll see how he does. I told Gus we're going to stay away from that game. Noah Cameron was very good for the Royals last year. Pretty shaky this year. 2-3 record and a 4.72 ERA. I didn't bet the Yankees. The juice was not there, but I would imagine the Yankees stay hot. Twins at the White Sox. Interesting matchup. Connor Prelip on the mound for the Twins. He's got a 1-2 record with a 4.03 ERA. And who are the White Sox going to? And they say Davis Martin again. All right, I thought he would just went on the IL. I guess not. Looks like he's going to get the start. For the White Sox, he's a 7-1 record with a 2.04 ERA. Twins at 27-28. White Sox sitting at 500 at 27-27. Meaningful matchup in the American League Central, which is a very, very winnable division this year. At the American League West, we got Astros at the Rangers. Mike Burrows on the mound for the Astros. He's not been good this year. 2-6 is his record. 5.75 ERA. Facing off against Jacob deGrom, who's kind of been a little bit bipolar in his starts this year. He's either lit it up or got touched up a bit. 3-4 is his record on the year with a 3.86 ERA. Again, I hate to root for the Astros, but I gotta hope that they win this one. And we need the A's to get a win here. Get back on the right track with the Yankees coming to town later this week, or for this weekend series. And then finally, to cap it off on the West Coast, we got the D-backs at the Giants. It's an afternoon game. Michael Soroka on the bump for the Snakes. He's 6-2 on the year with a 3.27 ERA, facing off against Trevor McDonald, who's been pretty whatever for a pretty whatever Giants team. 2-1 on the year with a 4.76 ERA. I'll be looking at all our regular homer teams: A's, Rockies, Tigers, but also I'll be taking a look at the Brewers and the Cardinals, as well as the White Sox and the Twins. The rest of them, not a whole lot of meaningful matchups. I suppose every game is meaningful, I suppose, but looking at this series, Nationals, Guardians, kind of interesting. Cardinals, Brewers, though, that's a real matchup. A's, Mariners, the records don't show up, but that is a very meaningful matchup. Phillies, Padres does have some meaning to it as well. Christopher Sanchez on the bump for the Phillies. He has been dominant. 5-2 on the year, 1.62 ERA with 86 punch outs. Facing off against Walker Buehler, who has sucked out loud. He does have a winning record on the year, 3-2, but he's got a 5.05 ERA, 41 punch outs. And that's pretty well the slate we got for today. So we'll update you tomorrow, and see. Hopefully the A's can get back on track. Maybe the Rockies can steal one against Shohei Ohtani. He's due for a poor outing, I would think. I don't want to root against the guy, but I'm going to today because we got our own Japanese hurler on the mound in Tomoyuki Sagano. So that's all I got for today. Keep your nose clean, enjoy your baseball, and move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Son of slates full, we already locked in. Matt and Jake on the mic, let the show begin. Score, starters, who's hot and who's not. Burning daylight sports, give it everything we got. First pitch energy, no time to sleep. 15 games on the board, the grind don't cease. Don't waste the daylight, it is already on. Burning daylight sports, all day long. Two guys, one mic, straight talk, no filler. If they happen on the diamond, we gonna deliver. Don't waste the daylight, it is already on. Burning daylight sports, all day long. Two guys, one mic, straight talk, no filler. If they happen on the